Hey fellow artists, welcome to the 8th Psycheopera Creators Live, where I showcase fellow builders of musical instruments and their work, whether it's rustic cigar box guitars, traditional flutes, trash bin percussion, synthesizers, software instruments, DIY MIDI controllers, or classical guitars made by luthiers. If it's made by a human and not in a factory, we want to talk about it. So, here we go. Today's special guest is Tom Bacon from the Cherry Blossom Studio. Tom is a very passionate educator, craftsman, and cigar box guitar builder. He's not active here on YouTube, but I think we should encourage him to post on this very awesome platform, which is, in my opinion, the best for indie artists and creative business people like us. So please, go down to the video description box and subscribe to his YouTube channel to give him a little bit of a head start. Also, I included a link to his Instagram where he is active. So please go and follow him on IG as well. Okay, so without any further ado, let's see some of Tom's work. Here we go. All right. I see myself, but not Tom. Oh no. Okay, Tom. Okay, audience. I just gotta add Tom to the OBS feed. Hold the phone. Don't go anywhere. Thanks for sticking around, Liesel. All right, sorry about that, Tom. I got the link copied. And let me get... I got a nice wireless keyboard here, so I can adjust things in OBS while still looking forward at the camera. All right. Browser, browser. Let's go to properties. Oh, come on. Oh no. Don't tell me you froze. Come on. Oh, no, it didn't. Okay. Properties. Let's go to. It should have used the same browser link as our as yesterday during our practice stream, but it didn't. How dare you, OBS? Throw things off. Here we go. All right. Okay. So let's see if. Haha! We got Tom on the live. Welcome, Tom.
Thank you.
It's
Thank you.
always an adventure on my stream. Thanks for
No worries.
joining us today. So, Tom, the first interesting thing that I learned about you is that you are an art teacher. And so, just out of curiosity, um, have your students seen your cigar box guitars? And if they have they started building and playing their own?
They have seen them. I've threatened over the past year or so to bring them in, and at the end of the school year, I did bring two in, and my elementary students were completely floored. They were like,
I
and I
bet.
get this at the craft shows and artisan fairs. So, does that work? Is that real? It's not decoration. So they had some of the same questions, which was nice. And one day a week, I do work with middle schoolers and high schoolers, and they were like, oh my God, I showed them the video and I brought it in and passed it around the room, and they had a great time just playing around with it. So yeah, they
Super
have
cool.
not they have not built their own. I'm hoping to do maybe next year or the year after, like an after school program, and maybe do something extracurricular.
Very good.
And because it's between getting the tools and the things, it requires a little bit more than what I do in the regular art room.
Right, right. Wow, that's gonna be an amazing, amazing program, and the school that you will host it in will be lucky to have you do that for them. This is gonna really impact the students that participate in that program. It's gonna open their minds artistically, musically, and that's always, always a good thing. So,
I did try it at one school a couple of years ago, but the kids were so fascinated to have a cigar box. And we actually had Mod Podge, and they had picked everything from photographs they brought from home, or cutouts from magazines and postcards, or even like anime
cool.
imagery. So, but then they were so excited to have this keepsake box. They're like, oh, and they just got carried away, and it never got to the point of actually building an instrument, because they were like, this is great. I could put, my coins in here, or whatever collection I have, and things like that. So
Interesting, interesting. Well, a reboot should be tried, and let us know how that goes. We'd love to have you back and talk about your program if it gets up and running. So,
thank you.
all right. So, I wanted to talk about the artwork on your guitars. It's firstly truly exceptional. And I know you like using stencils and stamps to create the designs on your CBGs, but I'm particularly drawn towards the colorful laser printed images. First of all, how do you transfer those images onto your
I,
cigar boxes?
Once I find something I like and that I really love and I know I want to use it, I will print it up on my inkjet printer at home, and then I'll go to my local Staples or office supply store and have them printed on laser laser printer with cardstock.
Nice.
And then once I have that image, then I take it home, I cut it to size depending on the box I'm using, and I use Mod Podge,
Okay.
which is great because it's not only a glue, but it's also a sealer. So you can use it to attach to the wood of the boxes, or almost anything really, and then you can actually go over it and seal it. And it is a little bit of a process. Um, Once you put one layer on, you wait a few seconds, it gets a little tacky. You put it on the back of your image, you place it down on the box, and then once that's there, you let that sit, and you put the first layer over all of it. And you can put as many layers as you want. Um, but in between layers, it takes about 15 minutes to dry. So usually if I'm doing that with a box, I'll be okay. So now I know I'm shaping a neck, or I'm working on choosing the tuners, or so every time I'm setting that, it's literally the oven timer because
Okay.
Yeah. Um,
Awesome.
we're in my basement right now, which is the all-purpose room. It's video games. There's a freezer down here. It's my workshop. My wife and daughter have their craft space on the other side, so it's a really multi-purpose room. But I've used everything in my house, from the kitchen counter, the picnic table outside, or the living room, excuse me, dining room table to work on,
You work
and
everywhere. Sounds
wherever it goes.
familiar. I wonder who
But
else does that. Well, my husband will probably tell you about it.
But the
So,
Mod Podge, it also seals it in and gives it a nice coating. And I found, other than using the foam brushes, I like to use a foam roller, and it gives a little bit of texture too, which is nice. So I do that with most of the image I want to transfer. Um, Other than that, I do use the stencils. Sometimes I seal them, sometimes I don't. Um, so yeah.
very cool. Do you have to add some type of sealant on top of the Mod Podge already from after it's already dry? Do you add the Mod Podge doming resin on top, or do you just leave it as is? Is it water resistant when just leaving it as is?
Once it's sealed in there, I always do like two or three top coats, and once it's sealed, it is water resistant, so you can wipe
Okay,
it down. Obviously, you don't want to use any abrasives or anything
right.
like a 409 or a bleach or anything like that, but you can wipe it down with a wet cloth or a wet sponge.
Yeah, good to know because I'd like to try your techniques. One of the problems that I've had here building in Florida and having my cigar box guitars out in the elements during craft markets is that I've been rained on. So I got to make sure that my stuff is uh water resistant, and but I really like how you've transferred beautiful art onto your boxes, and so I'm definitely going to try this technique. I got to sit back and on the rewind and take some notes. So,
Like anything else on YouTube, you could research it. If you want, I mean, Mod Podge is simply actually buy it by the gallon. So
ooh, yeah, that's some serious Mod Podge. Oh,
yeah.
by the way, folks, shameless plug here. Tom is wearing my High Priestess of Diddley Bows T-shirt. It looks good on you, Tom.
Thank you.
Thank you for showing it off.
Great job designing it. Great job designing it.
All right. So yeah, that's some serious supply of Mod Podge there.
I
I've
should probably, I'm sorry to
go
interrupt. I
no,
should
go
probably
ahead,
show
go ahead.
you and the viewers the difference between using just the inkjet versus the laser jet, because the Mod Podge is a water-based glue and sealer. So let me
Okay.
grab two boxes, and hopefully the camera will do it justice. My ADHD is kicking in. So this is an
Ooh,
awesome image of Frida Kahlo, one of my favorites.
love it.
Um, but if you can tell, it's really kind of muted, and it's almost like, I hate to use, she's almost like zombie-esque because of this grayish bluish skin.
Right.
This is because the Mod Podge is water-based and liquid. If you use just your regular um, inkjet printer, it's going to mute it. It's going to, soak
Mm.
through it, if you will, as
Okay.
opposed to putting it with a laser, and you can
Oh
see
my
you
gosh.
really. So if I can get those,
Night and
you can see
day.
the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this was the practice, and then I said, wait a minute, I need to up my game. So so there's that. This
Good
is
tip. Good
I'm in
tip.
the middle of my
So
latest build.
for transferring, either you got to buy yourself a laser color laser printer or go to Kinko's and have it done
Yeah,
properly. So cool.
Kinko's or what any one of those
Right.
stores. Yes.
All right. So I wanted to ask you about craft markets. So you've sold tons of guitars at craft markets. First of all, how is the market scene in Rhode Island? Is it something that you think you can grow into a full-time gig or a really strong part-time gig?
Um, a,
What are your thoughts about that?
a lot of folks do it. right now between, teaching full time and of course a family and having my loving wife and three daughters and my mother-in-law living with us, life gets in the way.
Yeah.
It is, folks do make, they do make a living at it, and especially around Rhode Island and Southern New England. Um,
Cool.
Hopefully, I do see myself as I am getting on in age. Once I retire, hopefully that's something I could do more of, and hopefully garner some business that way. I have done some custom builds for folks, and I haven't done a ton of guitars. I appreciate them, but the ones I have sold, people have been really excited about, and it's nice to have fairs in town
Right.
because I've actually run into some of the people who have bought my instruments, and you see them in the supermarket or you see them out wherever, and it's and my first hey, how's it going, is it still, and they're like, we love it, there's nothing wrong with it, it still plays perfectly, and
Awesome.
that just makes me feel even better about creating and wanting to create more. um, but yeah, we've done quite a few in town, and hoping to expand probably next spring and after, but definitely looking to do more of the custom builds. I put a lot of pressure on myself, so it's nice to have the craft shows. Um, Craft fairs are interesting. Now I'm going off on a tangent
No, no,
because
no. This is important. I mean,
I, I I think there's people out there who enjoy collecting pretty business cards. Oh yeah, I love this, and I want to. Oh yeah, I'd love to do something for my aunt or my uncle or whoever. And then next thing yeah, you have a card, great. Call me, email me, and then you never hear anything. But that's the nature of the gig, I guess.
but you never know. I'm glad you brought up that business card story because I gave away a business card at one of my very first craft markets, and yeah, I debated as to whether I should continue to. I mean, they're cheap when you get them printed on Amazon, but
Yes.
I was like, should I spend these few dollars on this? I don't see that they're working. Well, months and months later, got an order from the business card, and so you
Okay.
never know. You never know. The more
Yeah, true, true.
you never know what's gonna lead to the next sale. But let me tell you, once you start posting on YouTube, you're gonna get a lot more inquiries for sure.
Well, I do have the book I bought towards the end of the year, so I will be,
Oh,
even though it says 2024, I've gotten through one chapter, so I'm working on that.
cool
So
beans.
hopefully,
You know, there are a lot of YouTube gurus out there, tons of YouTube guidance channels for creators, and all I gotta say about it is just post honest videos and just post.
mhm,
If you find something interesting, somebody else is going to find something interesting, and just share. And trust me, those inquiries will come in. And anyway, I want to talk about your diverse creative output as well because we saw in the montage you've upcycled things and created furniture. Your woodwork is impeccable, pristine, beautiful. And then we saw your work in electronics with the Psycho Box circuit from CB Giddy, and you created an enclosure for it with a Polaroid. And so, wow. So your workshop is amazing, and it's full of these beautiful projects you just have laying around. Would you care to give us a tour of the projects you're currently working on and maybe of your
sure.
workshop because that looks like an incredible space there.
Well, at one point it did house 1970, mid 1970s paneling, and we tore it all down. And with other projects around the house, we really didn't get back to it, but we have filled it with all kinds of stuff. So
Cool beans. I love the rustic workshop look. It's much better than the 70s paneling.
hopefully, if I can do this here, this where is it? So I have this old antique desk, and you can see some of my things that I use, and just anything
Nice.
anything that inspires me or stuff I pick up from craft shops and things. Obviously, we use it for storage and everything else. Um, let's see. I do
Very
have.
well organized, by the way.
Yeah, it's controlled chaos. Um, so I have this rolling cart here, and up
Nice.
until recently, I actually had my table saw on top, but then I found this thing on Amazon, and it literally is a rolling cart,
Ooh.
so you can put your things out of the way. Give me 1 second.
Oh, take your time. Take your time. This is legit, folks. Oh, welcome, welcome, Web. Welcome.
So the the table saw is actually attached. Sorry for my,
No worries.
and you can actually close this back up, and it stands up fully, and you can just roll it out of the way so you have more room in your workshop.
Nice.
I think I see Lawrence down there. Nice to meet you, sir.
Oh, I gotta bring him on. Wait, let me bring him on.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
Hello.
That's my husband, Lawrence. Tom.
Nice to meet you, Lawrence. Pleasure.
Introductions.
Likewise. How are you?
I'm doing well, doing well. Hopefully, my interview is going well.
It's
And it's
going
funny,
great.
actually,
Yep.
I have this foosball table that I actually rescued from a local Salvation Army, but then I've used it also to help get some projects done.
Cool beans. Why not?
And I mentioned earlier, my wife and daughters use the other space here, so we have the cricket machines and all that stuff set up, beads, cricket, you name it, they do it all.
Nice. Nice. Wow. Okay. A family
There's
of
that.
crafters. That's very inspiring.
And then I have, obviously, I keep my guitars down here as well. Hopefully, is that coming
Nice.
through? Trying to see. Yep. So I
Cool.
have that stand there, and then I have this one here. Could probably back up a bit, maybe. Sorry.
No worries. No worries. Ooh.
I got the vomit cam going if anyone has motion sickness. So sorry.
I, yeah.
Yeah. So that's about it. Nice big space, unfinished basement. So it's kind of it gets the job done.
Of all the instruments you have there, Tom, do you have a favorite?
Um, I do. I am partial to the double neck I built, but I do love one of the first diddley bows I built. Well, it's actually the second diddley bow. I sold the first one. Let me get that one for you.
Get it, yeah.
Get her done.
Yes, sir. Let's hear that diddly bow.
There she is.
Ooh, candy skull.
Yeah, so my
Nice.
sugar skull of Frida Kahlo. So obviously there's a theme going on with some of my builds.
Love that.
Yeah, so there's. Ah.
Hey, not bad. Not bad.
So yeah, it actually had a sugar skull sticker on it that I found at a local Dollar Tree, which is kind of akin to a Dollar General, but not with all as many groceries and things like
Right.
that. They do have a lot of seasonal things and crafter supplies, but the sticker kept peeling off, and I should have just used the Mod Podge, which is what I've been using for other things. But then I found this awesome stencil, so I said, let me put that on there and kind of doctor up the box.
Oh, it's beautiful. And I love the distressed look. Oh, love it, love it, love it.
And I try to give most of my builds names, so this is Dia de los Musica Blues.
I like it. I like it. Does she have a pickup on her?
Yes, she does. I have a piezo under the bridge.
Love piezo.
And so, yep, just the piezo. And instead of a back angle, I did cut the dowel.
Nice. Oh, what a good idea. Oh my gosh. Yeah, what a simple solution. Yeah, like that.
I've been playing around a lot with the first few builds I did do the traditional scarf joint, but oh, you can really see it there.
Yeah.
So cutting that off and giving the back angle on the end. And I've been experimenting with instead of sorry, hopefully this will show up. So instead of doing the scarf joint where it's obviously bent back, I've been incorporating screws and eye bolts and different things to add the tension.
Nice.
So I got an eye bolt for each string. I have 2 eye bolts and a furniture screw here, and obviously this bolt here. But so to add that, I don't know if that's coming through.
Yeah, yeah. We could see all the details. Yeah.
So as opposed again to having that back angle or the headstock with the scarf joint,
Right.
using the tension to create the sounds and the tone. And
Nice. So curious to hear that Polaroid Psycho box of yours.
okay.
If you can, if it's too much of an inconvenience,
No,
no
no, no,
worries.
no, no, it's not. It is funny. I built one for a friend of mine, not using the Polaroid. He had his 60th birthday a few weeks back. So I built him one similar to this,
Ooh,
which is just a plain old cigar box, and it has the settings on it. So, and I
pretty.
do a lot of my coloring with food coloring as opposed
Wow.
to wood stain. So yeah, that's fun.
I gotta
All
try
right,
that.
all right. So here it is up close and personal.
Oh, nice.
I was hoping, and I wanted to do a video, so maybe my first YouTube video would be something, like, oh wait, no, it's on a camera, and then do the cuts and the edits. So I'm going to get this set up, and I think we're going to try my brand new mini amp.
Ooh, cute, an orange.
Yeah, the orange cube. So hopefully, let's get that. I have to get a couple of wires, sorry.
No worries, no worries. I love the look of those orange amps, by the way. They're super cute. Have built-in effects, those orange guys?
Yeah, they actually do. And
Awesome.
I don't know if you can see the.
Ooh,
I literally just opened it up today, so.
very nice.
Ooh, there's that. Let's do this.
All right, we got some builders in the chat. Welcome, Liza. Welcome, Webb. Thanks for sticking around, folks.
All right, so hopefully. Oops. All right, so I need to do. Ah. Oh boy. All right. So, and I like using the label maker. It kind of gives like a little punk rock aesthetic, if you will. Just
Old
keeping it
school vibe, yes.
old school vibe. All right, let's see.
What a cool way to upcycle old technology, by the way. Just repurpose it, put some circuitry in it, make it a guitar effects pedal. Why not?
I appreciate everyone's patience right now.
No, 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 no. No, take your time.
The montage looked great, by the way.
Thank you.
And any of those videos where you do see me playing or hear me playing, my 11-year-old daughter Morgan, she's been the one to choreograph the videography there, so I have to give her a shout out.
That's cool.
Thank you,
Beats.
Morgan. All right, so let's see.
Good job, Morgan.
Good job, Morgan. So let's see. We'll make sure we are hopefully. Is it coming? Oh boy.
I'm glad you're playing this for us because Del Puckett just released a video of he put in
I
a
saw.
yeah, he put in a psycho box circuit in one of his cigar box guitars, and it sounded so cool. And I asked him, "Hey, does it work with piezos?" Now we're gonna find out what it sounds like with a piezo pickup. So
Hopefully this is going to come through. If not, I might have to use my larger amp. So I don't know if that's.
yeah, we could hear it. We could hear it.
So that's on the bypass, so that's just the normal amp. And then we have the settings. Settings. We have the boost. And then we go to blues, which is the third setting. Oh, I guess and then you crank it
Cool.
up to rock.
Yes.
And then you go right to metal, which should hopefully
Oh, we got some feedback. We got some dirty playing. Love it. Awesome. Oh, that's so much fun. Oh my gosh.
Ooh, and the orange amp is actually working well. That's the first time I've used it. So
great. Good for you, little orange amp. Cool beans.
So there it is in action.
Lauren says, sounds like we're in Guitar Center.
Ooh, I had a bad experience at Guitar Center once.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, you heard a uncalled for representation of Stairway to Heaven.
No, I actually went in with my first build and I said, hey, I'm excited to do this. Any suggestions? What's going on? And the manager, winked and called the other guy over, and they were basically kind of mocking me, and I never went back to Guitar Center since. It was like, look at this guy. It was almost so.
That's so unprofessional. Why would they do that?
Right. Ooh, Guitar Center. But anyway, there's plenty of local shops. There's Robert's Music nearby and a couple of other places. So they were very kind and very receptive when I walked in. I said, hey, this is what I'm working on. And the owner's daughter picked up. She said, oh my God, you're on the right track. You should try this. And it was, but it was, I hate to use the term elitist, but obviously I'm not a guitar player.
I'm not a guitar player either. And you know what? Maybe that's why they don't like us, because we non-guitar players get so much musical mileage out of these instruments. Oh my God, they feel like, oh, well, stay to that side. Leave the blues and the rock, making with us. You shouldn't. It's like, but that's so rude. That's so rude and unprofessional.
And I hate to say it, put it out there on YouTube, but I've never been that. I've been to the smaller stores, or I've been to great.
Good. Support small business, support local.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you could have bought gear from them and amps and different things. I mean, what person in the right mind wouldn't would say no to a commission? I think I don't know. I've never worked at Guitar Center, but man, yuck. Yuck.
And I've talked to other folks, and a friend of ours who actually used to play in a band, and he refuses to go into our local Guitar Center. So,
Liza, I think we have a question.
Sorry, Guitar Center.
Not sorry, Guitar Center. Yeah, we're gonna keep building and playing, and you guys are gonna have to be okay.
Deal with
it. With us cigar box guitar builders. Liesl says guitarists have 3 strings too many. You are correct, Liesl.
There's a question, I think, from the electric cigar box. It's a few chats back.
Oh, a few chats back. Oh, okay. Webbs from the electric cigar box says no sale for you. Is that a Seinfeld reference?
No, that's not the question, Beans.
Oh,
You're supposed to look for a question.
Right, let me see. Let me look for a question. Okay. What did I miss?
Something about input.
What did I miss? I'm not seeing the chat, Lawrence. Do you see the chat with the question?
It was something about DB. Yeah, here. Can artisans support audio in? Is there an audio clip limit during limit Ninja for input?
Oh, Lawrence, I'm not seeing that chat. Who is it so I could look for it?
Well, it's Web.
It's Web?
I
Okay.
believe. Yeah, the electric cigar box.
Web, can you type your
It's
question out
it's
again?
being don't do that. It's under my chat. So look for my symbol and the one right under it.
Okay, let me see it. Oh, okay. It was a question to you, Lawrence.
Oh,
He's
well,
he's asking about streaming. Wayfair, can stream support audio ins? Is there an audio dB limit Ninja for input? I guess he means OBS.
yeah, what you're using right now,
Right.
and you'd be better at answering that since you've actually streamed with it.
Is there a dB audio limit? I do not know. I haven't run into one yet, Web, but I find it's
I think as long as it's kind of like similar to the microphone level. So if you're going through a line input that needs a bit, a preamp or a boost, just, well, maybe not a boost. Usually if you're getting strong signal through your interface, that's all you need to worry about.
yeah. Yep. Start with the interface.
Sorry to interrupt everything for that, but I didn't want to leave a question unaddressed there, especially from a regular.
Well, it's a streaming question, which will be useful to our future YouTuber here. Um, and so, Tom, you ever thinking
Yes.
about setting up a live stream?
I have, and with our previous discussions, like I said, I, I tend to do a lot of research before I really dive into things. Sometimes, not all the time. So, like I said, I did buy this book, and I'm
You're one of
hoping to
those
use it.
people that reads the manual before trying to work a machine.
Sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes.
Most artists don't like to do that, so cool.
No.
We
But yeah, I
always
have.
end yeah, we always end up going to the manual, don't we, eventually? So, yeah, you're doing the right thing.
And a shout out to Weird Guy.
Weird Guy. Oh, I didn't see Weird
Joined
Guy
us
in the
again.
chat. Oh, welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone that's in the chat.
Yeah, you got some builders in the chat. We got a nice group going here, Tom. That's super cool. So, tell us, apart from the Frida project, what's in the future for you as far as builds are concerned? It doesn't necessarily have to be a cigar box guitar. Tell us what you're working on.
Well, I am working on the newest, the Frida. I do hope to. Someone, I won't mention any names, was kind enough to send me a box with her name on it. So I'm hoping to collect other builders that I admire and enjoy. So
Cool.
if Mr. Puckett is listening, or Shane Spiel, or whoever's out there, if I request a signed box, I do want to do a series of
Cool.
Wow.
homages, if you will, to the folks that I've been watching and learning from and appreciate on YouTube and in the Starbucks guitar community. I do want to challenge myself to. I do have some other tools that are actually like still in the boxes. Like I have this awesome belt sander. I
Yeah.
haven't even taken it out of the box yet. I do need to set up some other things like the dust collection and things like that down here just to be safer.
Right.
But
Cool.
when I was looking over everything, especially yesterday after we did our preliminary chat, I want to. It's sometimes tough for me, and you could probably appreciate this. So you're in the middle of that next build, and everything just consumes that build. I want to try to be able to not. I want to be able to try to multitask and maybe do. Okay, I'm going to work on an amp and a guitar at the same time, or
Hmm.
I'm going to. I have an idea for I keep a journal and a sketch pad, and I write some idea. Right, great. I've got these three ideas now. Can I actually work them in sync and get three done as opposed to one done in three times the time, and kind of manage my time a little bit that way to see if I can do that. So that I want to challenge myself to do that. I have some ideas.
That's an interesting experiment. I, for one, am like you. I mean, I get immersed in a project, and it's hard
Mhm.
for me to think beyond that project until it's done. And so, yeah, but we certainly would get more builds done if we could multitask. So,
Mhm.
oh,
So
we
I, I,
got
I
Oh, go ahead, Tom. Go ahead.
No, no, like I have a preamp. I want to put a preamp in. I know you mentioned Dell earlier, and he took the actual electronics from one of these and put it in that Flying V guitar he just
Yeah,
made. And I was like, ooh, that was going to be my next build after this one. But what I really wanted to do was actually set it up just like this with the chicken knob on a larger box, and then actually not connect this wiring to the piezo or the pickup I have in the guitar, but having the two jacks so that I could order maybe a 6-inch wire. And then, so if you wanted to use this, which is already built into your guitar, you can just do that, if you
right.
will, and then use this.
You
So
know,
I'm still going to do that, I think.
I like your approach. I prefer having the effects processing done outside of the cigar box guitar, um, because for example, Lawrence bought a ukulele, very nice instrument. Had a piezo pickup with built-in preamp. Preamp failed, and the box is no longer. I mean, the box, the instrument is no longer electroacoustic. And the thing is, I mean, I haven't the heart to break the instrument to remove the preamp in order to just hook up the piezo. So
It might be possible to get it out without breaking it,
Eh,
though.
I don't have the knowledge to do it though, but if anyone in the chat has any suggestions about that, it's like
Yeah, the
it's
preamp just stopped working. There was
yeah,
no reason for it.
yeah. That's the thing with with FX processors and electronics. I mean, if they stop working, you could still plug your guitar into something else. The piezo is passive, just like a
Mhm.
magnetic pickup, and you know, so long as something's vibrating, the piezo will create, you know, create audio. But yeah, if you have a preamp in the mix and it fails, you're gonna have to, you know, uh, break your guitar and fix things. So it's just better to keep things simple. And I like the having the external processing processor approach.
Makes
So
sense. Makes
good
sense.
choice, good choice, in my opinion. All right. Oh,
So I,
Busker 909 is here. Welcome.
oh, I just subscribed to him recently. Thank you.
Cool, cool, cool.
Thank you for
And
joining us.
so, yes, people, please go. Now, Tom is not active on YouTube just yet, but go down to the video description box and subscribe to his channel. Let's give him a head start on YouTube. And he also has an IG. If you have an IG, go follow him on IG. So, there we go. We got.
I try to.
Go
Go
ahead, go
ahead.
ahead.
No, so in regards to Bill, I try to do a lot of upcycling, especially with making guitar picks. So I
Nice.
usually will acquire or recycle gift cards or things that from any of the local stores and businesses.
Super
Um,
cool.
and we're actually in the middle. We're doing a kitchen reface, and I was looking at some of the countertop samples at one of the local
Ooh.
box stores. And I said, well, they give these things out for free, and it had the label on the back. So I took the label off and I cleaned it up. It's a little thicker, but it was actually the pick. Whoops, sorry. I actually was able to get the pick out of it. And that's the pick I was using earlier on the diddley bow. So it does work. It's a little heavier, not as much flex as, say, a gift card or one of those plastic, Starbucks cards or whatever. But it worked just fine. So
Okay. Well, you'll certainly get louder playing with a stiffer pick, so stiffer plectrum, so cool beans, and they're beautiful. Those countertop
yeah,
picks,
so
very cool, very cool,
I'll have to go back and get some other styles. So
cool. Yes, yes. Hey, free samples. What are they
that's
gonna
right.
do with it when they sell all that inventory? I don't know, and get their new inventory, you know. And so, chat, do we have any questions for Tom? Lawrence, do you have any questions for Tom?
Not yet.
Not yet.
No, you've been so thorough with your questions.
I hope I've been thorough with my answers.
You have been. You have been. I'm amazed by your workshop space. It looks like an inspiring place to work with, just surrounded by wood and different projects and the square
Yeah.
footage and the space. Oh my gosh. I did call my dad yesterday after our little practice stream. And he and my mom are just built a house close to where we live now, and they have this attic space that they haven't thought to do anything with, and I told him about your workshop because it's about the same square footage as their house. It's like, look what can be done um in such a space. And so yes, yes, I know that
Literally.
I know that he'll watch the replay, and so give him some
So,
ideas.
so literally, the basement is, other than the porch we have, or as you folks say, the lanai. Am I saying lanai? Is that what you guys say in Florida? The little porches, lanai space.
I don't I've never heard the word lanai. I've always used
Okay.
porch, but yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So other than the porch space and the actual garage space, this basement is the full length of the main portion of the house.
Wow.
So,
Nice. Nice. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful space. Hey, and a great place to film your videos. It's a nice backdrop, it's wood. It has a workman's vibe. And so,
Mm.
yeah, you could set up a little filming studio area there, or there's so much
for my
possibilities in that
YouTube
space.
channel that everyone's going to subscribe to after
Exactly,
this.
exactly. Right. I wonder how many subscribers you have right now.
Oh
Folks,
boy.
please support a
Put,
new YouTuber.
putting the pressure on. Putting the pressure on.
Oh,
Liza, did you shout out Albert?
Albert.
Musical
Albert,
Saw Now is here.
Musical Song Now is here. Albert, welcome, welcome, welcome. By the way, folks, Albert will be on the show next week. Excited about that. And so, folks, so Albert is the only person I know who builds musical saws and plays them. And he's starting up a new YouTube channel featuring his work. So yes, and I think people can click on people's profile pictures and visit their channels. Is that correct, Lawrence? I haven't. I
Yeah,
think
you
I've done
can
that.
right click on them. So if
Okay.
you're watching on phone, I don't know what you do, but
On a mobile, yeah, I'm not
on a
sure.
computer,
Yeah.
you can right click on them and go to, um, what is it? I think it's open. Hold on. I just did it on somebody here, and it gives me an option to open the image in a new tab, save image. I think it's the three dot icon to the right. Let me try that. Yeah, three dot icon to the right, not just
Okay.
on the profile.
Okay. Okay. So now we know. Now we know. Let's all support each other here in the chat, and people watching who are not in the chat. You know, we have a little, well, not so little, but a tight knit community of builders here. So I'm very happy
Thank you
about
all.
that.
Thank you all. I wish I had that skateboard guitar in front of me, the old skateboard deck. It's literally at my barber has it
Your bar.
hanging up in his shop. Yep, he had a broken. He skateboards and he had a broken skateboard in the shop, and I said I'd like to do something with that, and he said, "What can you do?" And I said, "Well, this is what I do," and he commissioned me and challenged me to build that for him, and his girlfriend, well, soon to be wife, his fiance, I should say, she and his future father-in-law played guitar, so they were happy
Awesome.
to.
Awesome. Yes, I think I included the skateboard
You
guitar
did,
in the
yes. It was.
montage. Yeah. Yeah, beautiful instrument. And man,
It
you
was.
are an
It was
incredible,
challenging.
incredible upcycler. And you take things that you would never think, would this work as a musical instrument, or and made it work. Did that guitar, by the way, it had a magnetic pickup, right? The
No, there was a piezo. It had a piezo. I was able to get
Really?
the. Yes,
Really? So
yes.
where did you place the piezo on the skateboard body?
So where the tail would be, so you have the grip tape on the top of your skateboard, the top deck, and you have that little fishtail, if you will, the tail of the board.
Okay.
I turned it upside down because it had plenty of graphics of the company that built the skateboard, and I actually took my neck. So now that it's upside down and the back, so instead of being curved up like this, it's curved down like this. I took my neck stock and I conformed it to the tail, so it went right up, brought it up to the tail, and then underneath I carved out the space for the piezo disc pickup.
Very cool. So there isn't a resonator on that instrument. It's just stuck right onto the body, flush.
Yes, yes.
That is very interesting. In the past, experimenting, I tried to make a hydrophone with a piezo pickup, and I just glued it on to a solid puck, with the intentions of throwing it in the water. And yeah, I was able to throw it in the water, and so long as I had running water, I could record things. And then, um, if nothing, it wasn't picking up on resonances very well. So somebody told me, no, 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 with piezos you have to have a resonator. So it's very interesting that is a piezo guitar and it works without a
Yes.
resonator. That is super cool. Now some creative possibilities are opening up.
Mhm.
So cool beans.
And and speaking of piezos, I forget, was it Steve, your first guest? And I remember sitting there.
Oh,
I
with
walked past the.
Mike
Oh,
Gorley. Mike Gorley.
Mike,
Yeah.
thank you. And he's like, I never seen a double neck guitar, and I'm like, I see them all over the place. So, and I think, well, you actually have the picture of it down below,
Yeah.
and so I
It's on
here,
yeah. There it is. There it is.
with price tag and all. But the bottom is a one string bass,
Awesome.
and then I have my fretless three string on top. But what I did was, this was the first really any soldering or electronics I had done. And silly me was like, well, I'm going to keep it simple and I'm going to put two piezos. But the piezo picking up any resonance or any, I probably should have used maybe a piezo on one, on say the bass, and then a more traditional regular wire or coil pickup of some kind
Yeah, if
on
you
the
want
three.
to if you want a clean sound, you got to go with magnetic pickups because the box and the neck and all that stuff doesn't contribute to the sound at all. Some
So,
Go ahead, go ahead. I'm
sorry.
sorry.
So even though I can switch back and forth between the two, because of the nature of the piezo being the microphone pickup, it will still pick up from both sides, if you will, or
Yeah.
both necks. So in the future, I hope to revamp this one. But again, it was my first venture into actually soldering and trying to figure something out. So in that respect, it was a win. So plus, it
Some
looks really cool.
it
I think.
does look really cool. And something else that I've been seeing you do, you build a lot of fretless, but you finger your fretless. And
Mhm.
that's very interesting. So you don't like to play with slide, or you don't,
I do actually. I found some glass slides that I use and some of the bottle ones. Um,
but
I don't have any ceramic.
it's hard to play a fretless just fingering it, and you're able to do that very well. So
Well, I think the action is,
very low. Okay.
it's not super high, but I'm able to get it. Um, and I try to do that, but it's funny, the ones that I've actually sold that probably have the lowest action. Um, I've done only one fully fretted cigar box guitar that I've done myself. I have bought the actual boards from CB Giddy, the pre-fretted boards.
Right. Yes.
That's something I also want to work on in the near future, is actually get. I bought the fretting kit and all that, and it's there. And
Cool.
I'm like, man, I got to get this down. And one of the last guitars I sold at a recent craft fair a few weeks back, a friend of mine from high school had been, we reconnected on Facebook, and he's like, man, you're building these things. He's like, I want one. And I had this one in mind for him, And again, this is more that traditional style
Yeah.
that you see, right? And the action gets kind of low towards the top there. And I said, this is what I have in mind for you. I said, but he actually plays 6-string guitars. I said, I actually have a fretboard that I ordered. I said, I'd love to redesign this, but with the fretboard so that you can use it the way you would your 6-string. And he said, well, what is that one? And he bought this. I had a Banksy, the artist Banksy. I had one of his stencils on a red, actually the sister of this box, the Placentia. So I had a red box just like
Mm.
this, and I had the Banksy, one of Banksy's rats on there, and I did the headstock red with the part of the stencil as well. And he's like, I love that. So he
Mm.
bought that one instead. So,
Yeah.
and that one was actually fretted. And I said to him, I said, look, I said, I could see where the foot, there's some rocking. I need to, work this a little bit better. I'd gladly do something else. And he's like, no, I love it.
Cool
And he
beans.
just, yep. So
I like that you've been able to make it work without frets, though. A string height where yes, you can pass a slide over it, but you can also finger it. I like that. I like that a lot, and definitely fretted. The sound of fingered, unfretted instruments is, there's something cool about it. It's warmer because, of course, you're passing your fingers over it, um, and um, and the slides and the different effects you can get out of it. I've seen really amazing things with fingered, unfretted bass and even classical guitar. Oh my gosh! So yeah,
I wanted to give our audience fair warning. I just heard some thunder starting to sound a little
yes,
bit louder. If
uh-oh.
we do have a power dip, just wait a little bit because we'll be back. But unfortunately, when that happens, a lot of times we have to stream to a different link. And so you'll see a new stream come
hopefully
up.
it won't take us out today.
Yeah, but I just wanted to give some warning in case it happens because,
Right. Yeah.
here in North Florida, regular thunderstorms knock the power or at least make it flicker frequently.
Yes. Yep.
And
Yep.
even if you're on a laptop with a battery, the router goes down. So,
Right. Right. So do we have any? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just getting back to slides. I have purchased a few.
There
I
we
have made some
go.
of my own from wine bottles and things like that, and going through that whole process.
How do you make how do you go ahead cutting off the neck of the wine bottles?
I actually, oh God, where is it? They actually sell a device, and oh boy, give me a second. It's around somewhere.
No
I can
worries.
show it to you. Yeah,
Yes.
please.
Yes.
Ooh. Uh-oh. Nope, nope. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, sorry.
No
In the
worries.
controlled chaos.
Oh, we're getting a
Um,
special unboxing. Yeah.
yes, yes. So it literally is this device here,
Ooh.
and you set the height. So obviously this piece here sits in the top of your wine bottle or beer bottle or whatever you have. And so you can set the height. Oops, oh boy.
Oh, no worries.
Told you I was nervous.
Cool.
Spazzing out now. So then you lock that in place. So if that's the height you wanted, and then you put it in the glass, and there's a glass cutter here attached at the bottom.
Nice.
Wow.
So as long as it's level and you make that initial cut, and then you go through the process of putting boiling water on it and running it under cold water, which in my experience has been about a 70%, sometimes 60%
Okay.
success rate. Certain bottles are fine, like some of the green bottles, and a couple. If you have any chance to get a nice blue bottle, the colored bottles seem to do a lot better than the clear bottles.
Hmm.
I find myself the clear bottles, and then with the process of heating and cooling, the next thing you know, there's a huge crack or there's a big chunk out of it, and
Ooh,
you
right.
you know it's you can't use it. And so I found this on Amazon as well.
Haha.
It is the, do I have the paperwork? The the aptly named glass bottleneck cutter.
Cool beans.
So
Wish
I did.
wish you had affiliate links though, because I'd click on it and buy one.
Oh, is that another dig on not having a YouTube channel?
Well, I have affiliate links. Well, this is the thing.
I'll teach you.
If
I'll
you
teach
know,
you.
YouTube is such a great platform because it allows you to have links in the video description box. I haven't been on Instagram in a long time. I mean, there used to be a time where you could include links in the captions, but is that the case anymore, or do they allow that?
I don't even know. Excuse me. I'm not sure if they do that.
Well,
I always tell Phillips I'm like a Neanderthal when it comes to technology.
well, like I
Like
said,
Fred Flintstone.
like I said, I tell everyone who asks me about YouTube and other platforms, YouTube is the best for creatives who want to start a creative business because it allows you to take advantage of different income streams like Amazon affiliate links. Now, I don't go around, you know, just making videos about things that I haven't used. Um, so I like plugging things that have worked for me. So it's not like, there are channels that are all about reviewing gadgets and things like that. And to each his own. That's cool. That's not what I'm passionate about. But any tools that you find useful to you, if they're on Amazon, you could create a link and you could tell people, hey, you can click on my link. It doesn't cost you more, but it helps out my channel, and it really does. So that's something that you could take advantage when you're here active on YouTube. And the same thing with you, Albert and Liesel and Lawrence. Lawrence?
What?
So, yes, he's probably the person I've suggested it because he is my husband, and I can bother him about this often. So, Liesel. Oh, okay. You guys are talking about the storm in the chat. Okay,
Yeah, we have the same storm as Wales.
we do. Do we?
I don't.
Hey,
Just joking.
I'm not a meteorologist, so I don't know if that's possible. Okay, we're
That's quite the storm.
if we were on Jupiter, maybe we'd have the same storm over us. Yeah.
Yeah, it's caused by the wings of a red dragon.
Am I missing something here? Is this an inside joke with the chat? How
No,
dare you,
not
chat, have an inside joke?
not if
Without
you're familiar with the flag of Wales.
Oh, I included it in Liesel's promo video. I should know this. I should have gotten that reference. Sorry, Liesel. Sorry, Liesel. I didn't mean to insult the Welsh flag.
You didn't. You just forgot it.
I forgot it, which is insulting. So, alrighty, folks.
We won't hold it against you. You're a busy lady.
So, I've seen one of your double neck guitars. Do you have any more around you there?
That's the first and only one I made.
Okay.
I actually had entered it back in December, end of November, December of 24 into the CD Giddy contest they had.
Nice.
And yeah, so that's where the video came from. I had shipped it off to them. But yeah, it was interesting. Like I said, my only regret is not delving more into electronics, but it was a lot of fun, and I enjoyed the fact that I have the dowel for the bass side and more of the
No, that's a great choice.
And then
Very
I always
cool.
try to accentuate whatever colors are on the box. So I took some of the silver and obviously with the sound holes, and I did some paint to it, and then I had some other stencils
Oh,
around.
very cool.
And
Very
again,
cool.
I like to give them funky names. So this one is called the Foreplay, Four, because it's three
The
three plus
four, the
three
four
plus
strings.
one, so you have the four strings. Okay, and yeah, so
Good gigging guitar, and
yeah,
you may be judging it too harshly. At least your electronic setup. Hey, maybe that noisy stuff that you're when you play both sides works for certain type of music.
Yeah, well, you could actually play. There's two ideas that I was thinking of right now. You could play in the bass line something like a boom, 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 and then go up to the other neck and play like boom,
And
boom, boom, boom,
yeah, and
boom,
you need a dirty sound for that.
boom,
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom. You could riff on that for a while.
or if I had a proper effects pedal, do the bass and then let that repeat itself, and then go back up top.
A
Yeah,
one-man band.
a loop pedal.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's fun. It's fun. It keeps me out of trouble, keeps me busy, keeps the creative juices flowing, and but it is addictive. I know people, you hear that all the time. What am I going to do next, or what am I going to try next, and you know, so
Try
and
not.
it's interesting.
Oh,
The
go ahead. Go ahead.
boxes, and again, it sounds cliche in the CBG world, but every box is different. Every box, the tone, even though they're mass produced. Um, it's funny. I have this one, and it has this great tone.
Oh yeah.
And I had built this, and I have the piezo in there, but it sounds so great acoustically. The action's super high, so I do use a slide with it. But the break angle, I don't know if you can see that. There's barely any break angle. So the fact that this thing is making music, do you see what I'm saying? It's almost level with the bridge.
Wow.
There's, there's barely any break angle,
Interesting.
and it's
Tom
just
has a Tom Webb has a question for you. Are
Yes.
you a vendor? I'm pretty
yes,
sure you are. Yes.
yes.
So, Liza, I'm sure in the description you have links for people to get in touch with Tom.
Yeah, my email should be there. The
Yeah.
Instagram is there.
Mhm.
So yeah, please, if
Where
anyone,
where do you prefer that people contact you if they want to place an order or commission a guitar, Tom?
the email be great. I believe you have. It's just all. My last name is Bacon, so it's Bacon lowercase 216 at Yahoo. That's probably easiest. If anyone wants my direct cell, that's pretty simple. Um, I'm in Rhode Island, so it's 401-573-0724. I don't think did I leave that in the description? I might have, I might
No,
not.
no. I just have your
Uh,
email and your Instagram and your YouTube in the video description. But yes, folks, there it is. You know, uh,
it's, sorry, again, my ADHD. So I actually reverse engineered this because I did, once I got started, I found the um the box cigar that they sell.
Mm.
You've probably seen this.
yeah, I've seen.
Just
Oh yes, the blues box. Yes.
the blues box. So I actually renamed it my sticker caster. So I have all these funky stickers
Oh,
and
I love it.
Mm.
things, and I put it on there. And I took the time to put a different bolt on and lower the action and burn the side burners in,
Nice.
the side markers. So I bought this, and I said, wait a minute, this is so simple and so easy. So when I made this one, you can see I kind of, emulated that
There you
style.
go.
Wow.
So, but again, like anything else, it's always a process. You pick and choose, or you find something new or something different. You try to make it your own.
Right.
Yeah, but this
Wow.
one's a lot. Like I said, a lot of fun. It just sounds great. But it's again, it was literally from other parts I had lying around, and I was itching to make something. I'm like, all right, and I didn't do, like, it looks like part of it's going through, but it's actually two pieces, and
Oh wow.
it's not, yeah. there's only a thin, maybe a 1/4 inch piece going right underneath the top of the box, and so it's not.
It looks like you've threaded it. Yeah. Very
Yeah,
cool. And it's
yeah. So
very resonant, very resonant.
yeah. And I think that kind of so underneath that, so it I can't see, but anyway, so literally right about here, the neck it stops where the wood is doubled up, and then there's that huge gap underneath, and then it picks up back here with the smaller block, and I think that helps with the resonance.
For
So
sure. Yeah, the less you have inside the
yeah.
box to dampen it, yeah, that's a neat trick.
So, but again, I know I've mentioned like 5 times now, but no break angle. It's like it's crazy that it actually works.
You know, we have all of these guidelines and rules, but until you build something, you don't know whether something will work or not, you know, and you'll be surprised what you can make work. That's why I love CBGs. Break the rules. It's fun.
Break the rule. And I do get most of my stuff. So maybe if I do get my channel like CB Giddy, I do get a lot of things there. Obviously, I find some stuff on Amazon. I am fortunate being an art teacher. Sometimes there's stuff that's being thrown out in the schools or broken things or broken instruments, and I've been able to salvage parts from those. As
Ooh,
opposed
nice.
to, you know, unfortunately, this day and age, to have something fixed or replenished, it's almost cheaper for the music teacher or whoever
to just buy another. Yeah.
Just replace it. Case in point, this was being thrown away.
Ah, no.
Because the bridge had completely ripped off.
Oh man.
So I said, I said, I'm taking that home. And you know, here's the CB Giddy. I have the tailpiece there. I have the wood there. So I literally just plugged the holes with some wood filler, put a sticker over it to cover up where it had torn through, and I turned it into a 3-string acoustic.
Nice.
Very
nice.
That sounded good.
Whoops. Oh, I missed it. So yeah, it works.
Snuffkin, welcome to the chat. Hey, so Tom, any plans to put art on that nice big body?
I've thought about it. I have. Oh boy, here we go. Hold on.
I knew it. I knew it. You had something brewing, that you weren't just going to rescue it and leave it alone. Artists got to make art. So, well, we got a good chat going. Awesome. Thanks.
So,
Jack.
in the same vein, this lovely 6-string. I had worked in one of the other towns up until 3 years ago, and again, you know, they're remodeling the school, and these things are being thrown. I completely sanded it down, and I took the liberty. I'm kind of partial to this.
That blue color, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm an avid mountain biker and cyclist, so I always have these spare parts lying around. So I took this.
Cool.
And I'm hoping to.
Oh, for the rosette, yes, yes.
To get that out
wow.
there. I don't know if I'm going to have it restrung as a with nylon strings or as a 6-string or a 3-stringer, but it's been sitting here for a bit, so you know, I tried some different ones. This one's a little different shape to it. This is that's the one I actually want to use. So yeah.
Very nice. Can't wait to see that put together.
So the neck may be a little wide for 3 strings. I don't know.
Yes.
No, he's gonna.
I like that smaller one.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna do the nylon. And I know you had that great conversation with Liza about nylon strings. I only have one 3-string that I use nylons on.
Which one? Do you have it with you?
We're in my studio. I better have it with me. Joking. And I had purchased I think it was a set of Fender strings, and it had the three metallic strings, metal strings, and then it had the three, it's a little out of tune, nylon strings. But this was another one that I had built kind of on the fly, not for anything in particular. This was actually where I first decided to not use a scarf joint and see what I could finagle between the tension and using the eyelets and different bolts and things to get this to get it to work. So this was the prototype for that. But the
Nice.
wood was super soft, and I knew I had used a piece similar in another build, and it actually had bowed
Okay.
the neck. I
So
said, well,
you wanted strings with less tension.
yes. So I went with the nylon, and then I have my.
What is that? Oh. Huh.
So it's a wine bottle slide.
Oh, there we go.
And the
How
screw top.
clever. What a clever way to keep it. Oh, nice. Super
So
cool.
there's a guy in Ohio, and I haven't seen him on YouTube lately. He does this hot sauce cigar box kitchen. I know Dell hosted him as I think it's Mike or Will Davenport. He's still on Instagram, but I haven't seen any of his videos. So he does this with a lot of his slides. He'll somehow incorporate it into the body, or he'll usually incorporate it somehow, attach it to the headstock, so that you
Wow.
can just unscrew it from the cap, and then now, so it's always with you, and then you can just.
I've never seen that. That's super cool.
So
Nylon. See, it sounds good.
that sounds good. Needs to be tuned, but it sounds good. But again, I had that softer piece of wood, and I knew it would bow. One of the ones I had sold a while back, I actually ended up taking that, redid the whole neck, and I spent about a week back and forth going over it and redoing the whole piece. And that Saturday, my wife and I were at one of the craft fairs, and she said, "Well, what do you think?" I said, "This one's going to sell." And she said, "Why?" I said, "Because it's my new favorite. I love the way it came out."
Mhm.
And sure enough,
It's
within
sold.
half an hour being there,
You had to
was
let
like,
it go.
my husband, yep, I'm like, yep. So, but yeah, it's fun, and the process, and just keep pushing yourself and trying new things, and whether it's paint or you do the laser engraving and stuff like that. So maybe I'll get one of those in the future. But
Oh, yes. Oh, Tom, you will have fun with the laser engraver. Oh my gosh, your head will explode once you get it to work. Your head will explode with all the things you could just engrave into, headstocks, the necks,
Mhm.
the boxes. Oh my gosh, yeah. It consider it, consider it. And if you need any help, just shoot me an email. Uh, and that's with anyone who's subscribed to my newsletter and read the tutorial on newsletter number 5. If there's something you can't figure out, just shoot me an email. So
Your laser engraver, we notice is no longer available, or it's out of stock on Amazon. The one that you use.
okay, I gotta go back and look at the link and see what's going on with her. Thank you for
I meant to
letting me
tell
know.
you that. Yeah, yes, yeah. I was checking it out
Yeah,
yesterday or the day before, and I was like, wait a minute. And I said, oh wow, the price is awesome. And then it was like currently out of stock or currently unavailable. So yeah,
yeah.
I meant to tell you.
I gotta remove links that are no longer active. So I'll see if I could find there are a few vendors that on Amazon that may have it, so I'll go ahead and double check that. Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah, no worries. I'm trying to think what else. I also have made some stomp boxes, so more of a like a cajon or percussion instrument. So
Nice.
I made some of those. Um, some of the furniture, I rescued. I think you saw it in the video. We're actually using it as our coat rack in the house, but I tried to sell it at the fairs and no one was biting. And it was being cleaned out, the end of school
Oh,
year.
sorry about that. I'm still here. It's my
No,
cat.
that's fine. And just rescuing things before they end up in a dumpster, and just making them whole again, for little to no money, and reusing them is awesome. But yeah, so I've done some stomp boxes. I am fortunate to have two two folks who can get me license plates. So I do like custom license plate signs, things like that, and sell those. And so if anyone wants to, I'll grab one. And of course, sometimes you're gonna go with what's popular, and
Right.
so uh, wandering around the shop. So obviously, I take the different.
Oh, nice.
Oops, sorry. There's a little one, and then you have to have this out at the craft fairs if you want to, at least sell one of them. So you got to go with what folks want sometimes too. So
So do you go around collecting, collecting license plates so that you can cut up have like letters and numbers to
yes,
work with?
I have. I'm fortunate. Two folks I know are able to get me them because they're the businesses they're in, and I don't want to get anyone in trouble. We'll either just
Sure.
recycle them or throw them in the dumpster, so they know I do these things, so they save them for me. And
Cool.
so yeah, they know who they are. So if they're watching, thank you. I don't want to put anybody
Waste
on the
not.
spot.
Waste not.
No. And
So
it's interesting. I've been to some shops around the state, and people will charge for the same. They'll charge $15, $18 a letter, and I charge like $7, $8 a letter.
okay.
Yeah,
Well,
the
you
only time, the only
magnanimous.
time, yeah, well, I mean, I enjoy making them, and the only time if someone really has something custom, or if they want certain colors, because I can't always control what
Right,
license plates and
what
seats,
you get. Yeah.
what I get. So if someone has a specific request, and a woman did recently, and I said, well, I definitely have these colors. Let me mock some things up. I said, but if those are the only colors I have, or the only letters, I said, it's going to cost you extra. And she didn't mind. So, so that was fun. But yeah, so it's funny to see, like, people, the pricing of similar objects or similar creations. And you go to these craft and artisan fairs, and someone's making whatever pens or bracelets or something, and you, oh, and then you're like, well, wait a minute. So I try to think in terms of hours too. I think when folks say, well, why is this guitar priced this way, or why is this priced that way? And I said, well, and I talk about the process. I said, well, it's not,
Right.
you know, yes, it was a lot of time sanding this and resanding it, and, or coming up with the paint or doing whatever, or, even using the Mod Podge. If I put 3 or 4 layers on there just for one image, that's, we're looking at an hour and a half's worth of work right there just to get that image on there.
So people have actually questioned you about the price?
Yeah,
Oh,
sometimes.
that's
And
rude.
well, but again, I always say, I said, this is something that's taken 30 hours or 40 hours, or, if I'm sanding and then resanding, or painting and resanding and applying coats or whatever, it adds up. Or trying to,
Well,
try to.
intuitively, people can see that you've put work, and
Yes.
even and I Lawrence and I have gone to craft markets, and we have seen things that you know are that are not very complex, not very time consuming, but have like you know a hefty price tag on them. I would never ever dare to question an artist about what their asking price is. If you don't like it, it's like, oh, I'm just looking. Very nice work, and just set it down and move on. That's what I've done. Um, but I would never be so rude to ask someone's like,
And,
oh,
and,
why is this worth that? That's so rude to me.
yeah, it's happened a few times. But on the flip side, and to me, the more rewarding side are the custom builds. Um, a friend of mine used to work. I worked at REI for a while, the recreation company, and a former colleague of mine there. Her husband collects musical instruments, and especially stringed instruments,
Cool.
and he's a huge Smashing Pumpkins fan. So I had designed, is it what is it? Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness, the title of the CD. So I took some of that art and I had put it on the headstock and the body of the guitar and this and that.
Oh, they
And
must have loved that.
and I had quoted her a price, and I said, listen, I said, you know, we work together. This is great. I said, you know, and she's like, no, I want to pay. I said, this is fair to me. I said, you know, you commissioned it. This is a fair price. She ended up paying me extra because
Hmm.
she said not only did she enjoy it, she said, but she did her research, and she said, you know, you didn't have to give me like the friends and family discount. I said, no, I thought it was a fair price, and so it's you know
Yeah,
it happens both ways, you know.
right.
Hmm.
You're flexible, and yeah. I'm always negotiable, and if I mean, I've had a few musicians come to the tent and it's like, oh, I really like this, but you know, I'll come back at the end, and I'm like, you know what? Uh, uh, offer me something, and they'll be like $80, and I'll be like, okay, it's yours. You know,
Wow.
I mean, negotiable, negotiable.
Yes.
Hey, Jeff Elliott's in here. Hey, Jeff, nice to meet you. He's the one who built the flying V box that Del Puckett just,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. Hi, Jeff. Um, I actually, and you and I talked about this the first time we spoke. I sold my very first CVG that I made, and I called it my Franken build. It had parts from pieces of an old piano that had been destroyed in the basement of one of these
Oh
schools. And I
man,
thought
that
I'd
must
take
have
this
been
off.
so hard to
So
let go of.
it was and it wasn't. The young lady, when I thought it was, I thought if someone was playing a joke, she ran up to our booth and she was like, is that a ukulele? Is that does that work?" And she was just so excited.
Oh,
And
okay.
I said, well, it's a cigar box guitar, and I went through the whole history of it. And she said, well, I just picked up the ukulele and I love it, and it had a shorter scale, and she was just so enamored with it. And I said, well, she's like that. And she's like, yep, and she bought it on the spot. And to see her reaction, I couldn't not let it go.
It's hard
You
to argue with that. That's why
Yes,
I never bring cat tobacco. It's my first build. It's
yes.
a disastrous build in many respects, but I love it, and I play it all the time. I would never take that one to a craft market with me because somebody is gonna be like, I like the look of that. It's like how much you want for it, how much you want for it, and I wouldn't. I would have to turn away people and maybe upset people. So I don't bring my first build to anything.
Yep.
So, but it's, you know, you have a big heart when you're able to let go of your first CBG, but
She
you let it go to
like
somebody who really appreciated it. So,
yes, and she works at one of the local supermarkets, so we see her in there every once in a while, and
oh,
I'm like,
okay.
"How's it going?" She's like, "Oh, I'm still learning to play, and I love it." And I have run into other people. I ran into another young person who had bought one of the stomp boxes. She's like, "Hey, I saw you a couple of years ago at such and such." I'm like, "Yeah, how's it going? You bought this?" She's going, "You remember?" And she said, "Yeah." She's working great, and that's always the biggest compliment to me is that it's still going strong and they're still enjoying it, and they say there's no issues with it, so
Yeah.
that always it's nice to have that affirmation that wow, I did build something that is still going strong and they're using and appreciating,
Very
and it's
cool.
always nice.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, Jeff Elliott says, "Hello, Tom and
Hello,
Lauren."
sir.
You guys know each other yet? Nope. Okay.
Jeff and I, no.
All
I
right.
saw him on Del Puckett's live
Yes.
stream, I think.
That's how I found out about Jeff too. Yeah, I was watching Dell's streams, and I subbed right away. So cool.
Let's see what else. I try to give them all kind of funky names. So that first one I built, even though I called it my Franken build, it was the Protocaster. I
The
named it.
Protocaster, I love that.
Um, One I had built, and I was going to have my daughter had wanted, and she named it. She aptly named it based on the color. She said, "Well, that looks like mustard." So this one's called the mustard.
Cool. This is a CBG builder thing. We name our instruments.
We do,
Yeah.
which probably makes it harder to sell them.
Yeah.
One of the ones I think you showed, it had the
Yeah.
karate dragon on it.
Yeah.
Our youngest, she takes karate at a local dojo, and I had gifted that. I had taken the sensei's logo and I put it on that diddley bow, and we gifted it to him. And she gave
Awesome.
it to him the first Christmas she had spent, training there. Um, yeah, it's just a lot of fun to name them too.
What style of karate is it? I used to do martial arts as a kid too.
Oh, okay. It's actually Okinawan.
Oh,
So
wait, Goju-Ryu?
they just changed. It used to be. Oh goodness, it was. Uh,
My father used to do
it is a root, and
Yeah.
so it's RYU, right? Yeah, RYU is the second right root. It's
Yeah, yeah,
RYU.
yeah.
Yep. I should know this because I take it there all the time.
No worries.
But anyway, yeah, he was the New England Shubakan, and then he switched over to the Rue, and I
Uh-huh.
forget oh goodness, um, she's probably upstairs laughing because I know they're watching me in the living room, so
Hey
I know she's
guys,
probably
nice to meet
yeah.
ya vicariously. Yeah. Cool.
But yeah, he had recently changed the style over slightly, and the more traditional style, and he changed the name. Um, and I know I have a sticker somewhere. Again, I have I collect stickers everywhere I go, or places I visit, or
Very
breweries, or
cool.
coffee shops, you name it. And so that's always a good resource and give you some ideas and color schemes and things like that.
Cool. All right. Well, chat, do we have any questions for our special guest today? Oh, I hear someone typing.
That's me. Want to make sure we have Kevin M. Craft on earworms tonight, and I just want
Yep,
to make sure he's going to be all set.
another fellow builder. You can join us in the chat on earworms if you have time later. Time. I know Sundays is a very busy day for you guys, but if you have some downtime in the evening, when is the earworm stream, Mister? Is that 7
7 o'clock
7 o'clock?
Eastern U.S.
Yeah. So it's on Lawrence's channel, The Wayfarer Project.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah, Kevin's great. I know you did the interview with him. I wasn't able again to join the live stream that time, but his work with the youth, I read it an article about like life choices, and he actually has this stripped down cigar box guitar or a diddley bow, and he builds it in front of them, and while he's talking about like life choices and things and this and that,
Wow.
and he incorporates it. Yeah, I'm sure I'm misrepresenting the lesson he's teaching the kids, but at the end, it all comes together with what he's doing work with the youth. So
Very cool. And that's
yeah,
similar to what you want to do with your program?
yeah. I mean, I would love to. I work mainly with pre-kindergarten through fifth grade elementary school age students 4 days a week, but 1 day a week I work with middle schoolers and high schoolers who are behavioral and emotionally challenged,
Tough.
some neurologically divergent kids. So, but that they're equally as fun, and we have a great time. So yeah, I think I want to do something with them as far as building. So
Very cool. And yeah, let us know once you have that program up and running how it's going for you. And yeah,
definitely.
what a generous thing, a generous way to give back to your community and give your time that way. Um, oh, okay. Lawrence put a link to the Earworms live stream in the chat in case anybody wants to keep the party going after the stream. So cool.
Well, there's a bit of a break in between, but just
Yeah.
in case.
Yeah. Well, folks, Tom, if you don't mind, I have a shameless plug to give here.
No worries.
Folks, I've got some laser carved cigar boxes. If you want, contact me via email. I ask $10 plus shipping plus payment processing if that's applicable. But if you go to my website, I've also added a new service to this thing. So if you want one of these boxes, and I'm only offering this as an add-on to my laser carved boxes, but for an additional $40, I will engrave an image to the back of the box for you. And so we can collaborate on that, and I'll make sure that the image is suitable for laser engraving. And so if you're interested, just shoot me an email or go to my website and fill out the order form in my CBG shop there. So shameless plug is over. So
Why
cool.
don't you show the engraving you did
Oh, wait, Tom, have you?
rather than an unengraved back? Show the
There.
I just
example.
saw this. I just saw this one yesterday. Is it the one with the tobacco and the bird?
Yes, yeah, the
Yes.
tobacco plant and the bird for my friend Pete. So this is what's happening with Pete's guitar. He's helping me put together a musical program for the lecture that I'm doing at my library about the history of the cigar box guitar in November. But the thing is, I can't pay him. You know, I'd like to pay him. I like to pay the musicians who help me out, but I can't pay him with money. So I'm like, Pete,
Well, that's because you're also not getting paid.
well, the thing is, I mean, we've worked.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But it's important to say that. It's like not that you're just
Well, the thing
not
is,
paying him. It's just like
we're
it's a non-paid gig, period.
you know, I'm not getting paid with money, but I'm getting paid with attention. I'm getting
Okay.
paid in the way that I am promoting my
Getting
work for
exposure.
free. So yeah,
Mhm.
Exposure.
yeah, the exposure. They're not charging me for that time, for that exposure. And so yes, I am kind of getting paid that way. So I told Pete, I really appreciate what you're doing, and he didn't ask for money at any point in time. He's there because he wants to play around town. He wants to start playing around town. He's an incredible guitarist, and he hasn't played in a band in a long time. And I said, Pete, I really appreciate what you're doing. I'm going to build you a guitar because you know what? That's the only way that I can pay you. Not that you're asking for anything, but I really want to do this for you. And um, we've been talking about the design and things like that. He really likes my cat tobacco. So I found a tobacco box for him. And I don't know if you've seen um, oh, you told me that you saw the bird with the engraving, but for those of you in the chat and in the audience that haven't seen it, let me show you my engraved box. I have to take off my headphones. My real headphones broke, and these replacement headphones have a really short cable. So right now I can't hear what anyone's saying. Hold on, folks.
That's why I went with the little Bluetooth earbuds on, so I could walk around and not be encumbered.
Let me get my headphones back on. Okay, so this
You,
is okay. I can hear you guys again. Oh, I'm stuck. I'm unstuck. So this is the front of Pete's box, and this is the back of Pete's box. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Tom. And you were asking me, Tom's like, hey, are you gonna fill that in with color? And I was like, I'm not an artist like you, Tom. And so I can't.
She's not a tattoo artist.
I'm I can't, man.
but
I These are the times when I see an image like this that I wish I could paint. So
well, even using Sharpies or colored pencil or even some food dye or something, just to get a splash of color here and there. I mean, it
yeah.
looks beautiful. It says, I'm not criticizing it.
No, no, no. In fact, this project has given me a lot of ideas, and also the gold leafing about making things that look like illuminated medieval art. And for that, I'm gonna have to get into painting. And my issue is I'm not good at shading. I'm not good at and so it's gonna be time to watch some tutorials, but in the meantime, I may collab with my mom because she is a painter, and so yeah. We have to collab on those projects to get what's in here onto here. But yeah, Tom, I bet you would have so much fun with a laser engraver. Let me tell you. And I'm sure all of these plug and play ones, they even if you source one that isn't exactly the same as mine, if it's a budget laser engraver, they all use basically they all are built with the same microcontroller and chips in there, and you're gonna run into the same issues no matter what brand you buy from. So you need help, I can help. So there you go.
Thank you.
But yeah, you'd know what to do with this. You'd know what to do with that. All right, we have oh, I'm still here. It's just my camera misbehaving again. So Webb says, I have to send you a link to my friend. He's a professional gold leaf man in France. Ooh, Webb. Yes, please do send me a link. If he has a YouTube channel, I want to watch it. Have you done gold leafing, Tom?
No, I have not. I have not.
Well, let me tell you, if you're my issue with gold leafing is you have to be very accurate with a paintbrush, which I am not. And yes, and the material is very, very delicate. But if I learn to overcome um, my inability to work with a paintbrush in it, and I think it's more of just I lost the word. It's more of a patience issue than anything else because I just want to slap it on and but yes, I think if you have good skills with a paintbrush, you're automatically halfway there to getting perfect gold leafing. And something else that I have to learn how to do is polish and smooth things out after it's been applied. And so, yes, Webb, please do send me a link. If he has tutorials up on the internet, I want to see them. So, all the tips and tricks, I want to learn them. So. I think it was you, Tom, who told me that my leg fiddle reminded you of some Tolkien art, and I was like,
Hmm.
"Thank you." I think
That wasn't me, but it definitely does. It
Oh,
definitely
okay.
does. I could have said yes, but I.
It's like it wasn't me, but yes, I agree with that.
No,
person.
no, I do. No, definitely, you can see that.
So
I don't
yeah,
know.
it was.
When you say Tolkien art, I don't know that Tolkien himself did any
Oh yes, he did.
artwork. Oh, he
Oh
did?
yes, he
Okay.
did. A lot of the fonts of that you see in the movies it was from his manuscript. He was a visual artist as well. So
Okay.
yeah, very interesting man, very interesting. Well, folks, any questions for our guest? I've kind of been hogging the stream here, and it's supposed to be about our on this side our guest. Tom,
Yes.
leave us with some words of wisdom to brand new builders and CBG players out there.
Well, never give up, of course, but you are going to make mistakes, and sometimes they are happy accidents, as Bob Ross used to say, right?
Yes, Bob
Hmm.
Ross.
Right. You will have happy accidents, and you'll learn as long as you just keep at it. If it's something you want to do, whether it's CBGs or not, just keep at it, keep improving, keep researching, and you'll get better as time goes on. Doesn't matter what it is. So yeah,
I've
don't give up. If you're passionate about it, it will come.
You know, Tom, you're setting yourself up to be the on YouTube at least, the Bob Ross of CBGs. You have that vibe, you have
I
that
let my
voice.
hair grow out a little bit.
Yeah, you gotta, or you could just get a wig, like what I do, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, it's like, and we could
I've
put
been
this.
I've been called a lot of things, but never Bob Ross.
Yeah, I think Tom has a little bit more.
Happy little
I don't know.
tuners here.
No,
We got
I
painted
don't know what
out.
to say, but
He would go viral if he actually does that. I'm just putting it out there, and I'd be
And then,
there watching just to see
and then
what he comes up with.
I'll be sued by the Bob Ross estate for indebtedness or something.
Bob Ross Estate. Oh,
yeah, maybe. I mean,
It's not beyond the realm of possibilities these days, right?
yeah.
But I appreciate that the Bob Ross of CBGs.
we don't have one yet, so why not? You know,
Until we have one, you're it.
Folks are going to be emailing you or something later on. Who's the Bob Ross of CBG? You're like, oh yeah, that's
I
Tom
was like,
Bacon.
oh, that's Tom Bacon. So there you go. Yeah, we might have, that might be your tagline. It's like the Bob Ross of CBGs.
Until people watch his material, then they'll be like, he's nothing like Bob Ross.
Well, he's an artist, and he likes Bob Ross.
Yeah, well, that's not the only thing required. Salvador Dali is an artist, or was.
Well, but you're right. But the thing is, there's an opportunity there, to come on to the live with a wig and just go viral.
Yeah, why not? Here, try this idea that Liza just came up with. See if it works.
That's it.
Oh,
You'll thank me.
Yes.
All right, folks. I think before I get myself in more trouble, I have another shameless plug.
Okay.
So here, another shameless plug.
You're not in trouble. That was good.
Oh,
that's funny.
Well, now I am in trouble because my triggers aren't working. My keyboard triggers are misbehaving. Oh my gosh. Okay, no, I have to trigger it manually. I had this problem last week in Liesel's stream. Shout out to Liesel. All right, here's my shameless plug. Hey, fellow artists, it's Dr. Liza speaking to you as Mona Lisa, ready to share some truly exciting news and a massive thank you with all of you. Because of your incredible support, your views, your likes, your comments, and just your sheer presence here on my YouTube channel, we've hit a huge milestone. My channel is not eligible for fan funding. That includes my very own store shelf right here on YouTube, making it easier than ever for you to find my unique cigar box guitar themed apparel. My designs feature fun characters, like Mona Lisa, holding one of my favorite hand-built cigar box guitars. And while many of these instruments have found new homes, these designs allow me to continue to enjoy them, creating the perfect t-shirts, sweaters, or hoodies for wearing at CBG festivals, craft markets, and gigs. I've partnered with bonfire.com to fulfill my garments, which means that they ship internationally and are sourced only from responsible RAP certified manufacturers. Plus, you won't find my channel logo plastered all over these garments. The focus is purely on the art, the joy of the cigar box guitar, and my quirky characters. My website is discreetly placed just in case anyone asks where you snag such a unique piece. Because, let's be honest, you're interested in the art, not the brand, right? And hey, super subs, remember to use your promo code during checkout, by the way. For those of you who've been with me for a while, you know that this isn't just about making a living. It's about making a life. It's about building a world where I can spend my days immersed in the art of creation, sharing it with people who truly appreciate what I do, like you. Your support is helping me build that reality, and for that, I am eternally grateful. By the way, I'd love to hear from you. What other products would you like to see my designs on? Mugs, notebooks, or something entirely different? Let me know in the comments below. Your ideas will help me shape the future of this channel and these creations. Thank you again for everything, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Chaito. Okay, I see that Liesel does have a question for you, Tom. And it's a question that I should have asked you at the very beginning. What initially drew you to CBGs?
I'd always wanted to learn to play guitar. I did take some lessons way back when I was probably maybe 12 or 13 years old. I never stuck with it. And nothing against the gentleman that was trying to teach me at the local music store, but it just seemed I I just didn't I didn't stick with it.
You didn't connect
And
with it.
I didn't connect with it. And you know, and having that book in front of you and doing those little simple exercises, bless you, um, it just I said I'll get back to it one of these days. And I listened to all kinds of music, and my wife and I and some friends of ours, we always go to see blues musicians, like Albert Casilla, Samantha Fish,
Ooh,
and
Samantha Fish.
yeah, and she busted out. I said, wow. I said, I bet I could make one of those. And then I started doing some research, and then I built my first one, and I've been trying to teach myself to play a little bit here and there, and getting that, you know, having the three strings and the open chords is definitely helpful. Um,
Yeah,
my
just
wife,
keeping it simple. You
yep.
get so much mileage.
And then, you know, building it yourself, you're kind of forced into playing it as well. So yeah, that's how I got into it. And just being an art teacher and being inclined to do things and try new things. It was a natural fit. I knew I was going to get back to the guitar someday, and lo and behold, here they are.
I think you got to something got to something better than the guitar.
Liza, did your video come back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Like your camera?
Yeah, yeah. See, I'm
Oh,
here.
okay. Well, I'm just looking because on the live stream, and which is at a delay,
Yeah.
it's frequently blank.
Man, I gotta do something about this
Yeah.
DSLR camera that just shuts itself off when it wants to, and sometimes it's easy to bring myself back, and sometimes it isn't. But I mean, I'm not gonna let technology stop me from doing what I want to do. So I will work with what I have. And here's a tip, Tom. Yeah, I'm sure in that I don't know if that book encourages you to spend a lot of money on gear and stuff. Not necessary. Just shoot your videos on your phone, do some mild editing. You're going to rock YouTube, my friend. So, and if you
Challenge accepted, I guess.
yes, he has accepted my challenge, but not the Bob Ross challenge. But he's accepted just my general YouTube challenge, and so, oh my gosh, we're gonna be hearing about this Bob Ross thing for a while.
Yeah, I think we should do that for Halloween.
Yes, yes.
Ooh, a Halloween.
For Halloween, we'll have the Bob Ross contest.
Yes.
And the contest is to see who can look and present
Well,
themselves as close to
another
Bob
wig.
Ross as possible.
Well, if it's a Bob Ross contest, then you'd have to incorporate a canvas as your body of your guitar, then I guess, right?
Or
Maybe.
maybe one of his portraits with the happy little trees and clouds on the back of the, or as part of the box art. You never know. You never know. Yeah, Jeff Elliott says being a guitar player does give you an advantage. It certainly does, Jeff. I'm not saying that it doesn't, but as a non-guitarist, I feel, and I've taken guitar lessons before, and it, like you, Tom, it was hard for me to grow I just didn't feel it. I didn't connect with the instrument. I connected more with piano, but I'm not a pianist, but I can defend myself on the piano, but not so much on the guitar. But when I saw these things, when I first discovered these things, I'm like, whoa. And then when I actually built my first CBG before I attempted to play a cigar box guitar. And it's like,
Yeah.
I was able to get lots of mileage from it. And, I never thought I'd be able to play blues solos and things that it would have I would have never been able to do that on a regular guitar. So yes, I agree. Being a guitarist does give you an advantage, but music making isn't only for specialists, folks. Everyone has music inside them. They just need to find the right instrument to bring it out, you know?
And sometimes not knowing what it's supposed to be helps with the creative process. You're not
Create new things. Yeah.
you're not bound by this your schema is not saying, well, it should be 6 strings, or it should be this, or it should, you know, have a back angle or a scarf joint, or it should do X, Y, and Z. And you're finding other ways to problem solve.
There are no
As
rules with cigar
yes.
box guitars. Yeah.
So,
That's what I like with about them. No, and respect to the guitarists that build cigar box guitars, and they build beautiful instruments. There's something about coming on stage with something unique that you built. There's instant connection with the audience when you do that. So I encourage, if you're a guitarist and you haven't built a cigar box guitar, build one, and you'll see your next gig. The faces of your audience is gonna light up. But for those of us who aren't guitarists, you're gonna find that you're gonna get so much mileage out of this instrument that you would have never gotten from a regular guitar. And just
uh,
casually playing, you're gonna learn. So
the last one I sold, like I said, it was a friend of mine. We reconnected from high school on Facebook, and he's been playing guitar forever. And to hear the sounds that he got out of something I built, I was like, well, wait a minute. And he was like, no, I love it. And I said, I need to, address the frets a little bit more on this. And he said, no, I want it as is. I love it. And to hear the sounds of even my wife, she was sitting by, she was joking. She says, oh, so that's what they're supposed to sound like.
It's so mean. Oh gosh. We're working to get there. No worries.
No. But yeah, but that's always a pleasure for me too, to see someone who knows more about the music side of it than I do, and to get the sounds that I currently cannot get out of it is also very rewarding to me, if that makes sense.
It does make sense. But you know what I found more than practicing and lessons and things like that? I found working with Pete, where you have to keep up, because Pete's a legit guitarist. This man is, where you have to keep up with a legit guitarist. You find ways to do things in a jam session. You learn so much when you're trying to put together a program. So you want to learn an instrument fast, book a concert for yourself, and just hope that you can figure out what you need to figure out in order to sound good in front of other people. So
I'll start the Bob Ross review, and we'll go on. I'll get a percussionist and a vocalist, and we'll go on tour and be forced to.
Yes, yeah. And so, anyone in the chat wanna participate in this Bob Ross review kind of thing? Jeff, Webb.
We might have lost a few people.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Everyone loves Bob.
No, Bob was great. Bob was great. But yeah. But thank you for allowing me to join you and showing me my passion and my work. So I appreciate that.
It was really our pleasure having you here, Tom. Thank you for taking your time to, contribute to my channel, it's really appreciated, and such a fun conversation. You got to come back. You got to come back. Whether you're wearing a Bob Ross wig or not, you got to come back, and we got to talk about your.
You might have to do a Bob Ross diddly bow shirt now that you.
Oh my gosh! I have to find a way to hint at the Bob Ross in my next T-shirt. So I got a Nefertiti diddly bow T-shirt. I'm designing, and now we have to find a way to hint at Bob Ross in a T-shirt. It's coming, folks. It's coming. So.
Oh my goodness! I just did a search on Amazon. They do have Bob Ross wigs.
Of course they do.
Of course they do.
Of course they do.
Oh.
And any Halloween shop will have them too. Come September, October, like those Spirit of Halloween pop-ups and stores like that. You find them everywhere.
Oh,
They even have beards.
They have beards?
Yeah.
Bob Ross beards?
Yeah. Well, I'm seeing the pictures right now.
Oh, God.
It's a strap-on beard. Okay.
All right. Oh, we got some comments in the chat. Jeff Elliott, playing a 3-string guitar does make you change your way of playing and thinking. It certainly does.
Yes.
And Albert from Musical Saw Now, the passion and enthusiasm of your work came through, Tom.
Oh, thank you.
Very cool. And Liza,
Woohoo!
nice one, Tom. You are a true CBG artist. I love
Oh,
Samantha Fish also.
oh, thank you, dear. Thank you, and I appreciate your work too. So,
Yeah, we've got some really talented
Yeah.
builders in the chat. I'm so grateful for the community we've been able to put together and garner in these live streams. So, folks, I appreciate all of you. Tom, thank you so much for your time. I'm sorry that
thank
I've
you.
disappeared on the screen on you this
Don't worry
time.
about it. Don't worry.
Well, folks,
We'll talk again, I'm sure. Thank you.
Yes, and please, when you have something that you want to show off and you want to come on the stream to talk about it, let me know. Just shoot me an email. Open
No
invitation.
problem.
Anytime.
No problemo.
All right, folks. Thank you so much for watching, and I am going to cue my closing music. I appreciate all of you. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday, and I hope to see some of you in the Earworms live stream later on at 7 o'clock on Lawrence's channel, so we could keep the chats about Bob Ross going. Lawrence is like, no, not on Earworms.
Well, I mean, no, I love Bob Ross and all that, but we have Kevin on tonight.
Yeah, he'd be very confused as to why the
Yeah.
chat's talking about Bob. It's Tom's fault.
Yes.
Now it's Tom.
That's fine. Blame me. That's okay. Well, Lawrence, nice to meet you finally.
Likewise.
Appreciate it, sir.
Alrighty,
All right.
folks. Chaito, have a beautiful Sunday.